Welcome back, everyone, to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. I'm your host, as always, LitecoinLeader. Today, I'm going to be sharing a little bit of an excerpt of my recent AMA for Patreons. Now, normally I don't do that, but there was a good enough topic there that I wanted to share, and I got agreement from everyone that was on the call that said we can go ahead and do that. So this is a little bit of, I'd say, I don't know, 5 to 10 minute max of a clip of the hour-long AMA that I did, and we do an AMA every month on Patreon. That's at the $20 level. It's $5 just to get the posts and everything, but the AMA requires that extra bump. But as you can see, there's a good content. But there's good content here talking about Divi with my friend DiviDaddy and a few other of our Patreons, talking about the lottery, talking about staking, and talking about what the right angles are to work with the Divi project, and who else is better to talk about it. And I'm pretty well versed in Divi, but DiviDaddy knows Divi backwards and frontwards. He knows that blockchain very, very well. So please enjoy this excerpt, and then I'll give a little bit of news about what we're going to do going forwards just after this. I know that won a lottery at one time, but yeah, it's pretty cool when it happens. And basically, whenever you get a staking reward, you get a virtual ticket, and that virtual ticket gets put into the lottery, and they draw 11 winners.
Yeah, I had a client 1 month called me and got 2 rewards and didn't understand why, she made almost 300,000 Divi because she won ticket 1 and 11.
Oh, wow.
So how often does a lottery occur?
That time Divi was not that expensive. It's still not that expensive, but it was just much lower at that time. It wasn't quite as significant.
I think every Tuesday night they do a lottery. I think that's what it works like, once a week. So if you get once, and when they do a lottery, that anything, like, they draw a line in time or with a certain block, and it's like a week's worth of blocks, and those weeks worth of blocks create weeks worth of tickets. They pull 11 winners, they get rewards, and they go on to the next thing. This is, so if I remember when I did the tokenomics, it was 35% for master nodes and 28% for staking. I think 7% go, I think that's right. 35 and 28. I think that's right. Patrick, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's
38.
45, 38. Yes, I think that's right. 45 and 38. So that adds up to 83. And there's, I think, 7% for the lottery. And then 10% goes into the charity and general administration of the Divi, the treasury. Yeah. So that's how it works. But and the lottery becomes more significant every year because the rewards go down, but the lottery doesn't change. So the lottery is always going to be 25.2 and then 252K, but the rewards lose 10% roughly every year. So it's significant. There's like 100 less Divi given out every block, but that 50 towards the lottery happens every single time, no matter what. That never gets cut down all the way till 2029.
Yeah, so right now there's 1,050 Divi released every block. So you take the 50 off the top, which leaves us with 1,000, which means your master node rewards are 450 and your staking rewards are 380.
Correct. And then next time around September, that 1050 will drop to 950. The 50 still goes to the lottery, and now everything else gets allocated on a percentage basis to those rewards. So you're going to see, instead of 450, 380, you'll see 450 minus 45, so you got to be 405, and 380 minus 38, which is 342. So that's, I remember seeing 540 when I was getting rewards, and that's dropped to, these numbers. I remember seeing bigger numbers when I started doing staking. It drops every year because there's 100 number changes, but the lottery does not. So in 2029, I think like the rewards are going to be like significantly less, like a couple hundred at a time, but the lottery is still going to be almost 300,000 or 400,000 a week. So the lottery is significant.
Yeah, so when you guys told me about the value of staking over nodes, I'm a little over 6 weeks into it now, and I'm really starting to see the value.
Well, winning the lottery will do that, but
I'm discounting that. But
yeah, I'm hearing it's starting to rebalance, and I'm sure that the Divi is working on things because they don't want to see a churn back and forth. They would like to see a balance between the two. They'd actually like to see it even.
Yeah, like what I was telling you earlier today, Jeff, what it has to do with is the depth of UTXOs. So with Mark's current node and his current structure that has been staking, as long as you really truly don't spend much Divi, and you don't spend below that initial amount that's been staked, then you should be producing pretty good for a while.
It's been nice. Yes.
Yeah, it's nice. I just got mine up and running again on a new laptop, which was nice. So, and I've been getting about a reward a day for what I'm doing, which is nice. And so it's nice to see that. It's always nice to see like, hey, I went out to dinner, came back. Hey, look, I got a reward. I just paid for dinner. It's always nice.
Real quick, are we still in the realm where staking Divi is still more profitable, pays out more frequently than the master nodes?
It's not frequently, but it's the net result is about equal. So again, the master nodes get 450 per block, and the staking is 380 per block. So you have to do a balance of like if they were equal, then master nodes would be winning because you'd be getting 450 versus 380. But if there's more master nodes, then they get fewer rewards. So they get 450 a little bit less than the 380 gets given out to staking. So it's kind of an equilibrium thing. When there's more staking, then the master nodes do better and vice versa. So if they were in equilibrium, the master nodes would do a percentage better by 7%. But it had been for a long time now that staking was more beneficial, especially with a mobile wallet and people staking there. But now it seems to be balanced out again, and it might even be tipping towards master nodes. But it's something you have to like check on now and then and to see what the rewards are like.
Yeah, because I'm right there where I could run a master node, but I've been staking right now. So I'm not sure if I should just deploy the node and see how my rewards are then. But, I've been consistently, getting staking rewards from my Divi.
I would keep it staking for now. I'll let you know if I think that changes. But for now, I personally would do that, especially if you have been staking and you have, like I said, that depth of UTXOs built up in your wallet. That's what I would want to stay with.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can also win the lottery as well. So that's the other benefit, which is so you can't win that when you're earning a master node. It's only come from a staking reward. So, and again, with that, what he said about the depth of the UTXO, and remember that whenever you switch over to a master node, it takes time for it to really kick in and really just get recognized by the network. So when you swap from doing staking to master nodes, you lose rewards for a few days.
Yeah, that's what I noticed also, that when I am taking my different rewards and converting them to Litecoin, it's not affecting my staking.
I think what Patrick said is that if you don't touch the principal, so let's say you started with $1 million Divi and then you get rewards on top of that, as long as that million doesn't move, then you're fine.
Okay, so that's what I've been doing. But so that's interesting, because what I liked about the staking going under my original scenario, but not what Patrick just shared, is that I thought if Divi it took off to 50 cents or $1, I would deploy some of my foundation Divi into Bitcoin, and then just use that as going from needing stuff to live on to then creating a solid savings account, if you will.
I think that's a great plan, and I'll be doing the same thing. And I don't care if I lose a day's worth of rewards to capitalize on Divi pumping. So be it. That's fine.
If no one objects, I think I'm going to use like the last 10 minutes or so discussion of Divi. So like as a snippet for tomorrow's show. And I think, is everybody good with that?
I'm fine with that.
I don't think anything personal was shared, so I think we're good. So I'm going to share that. And then Patrick, I think it would be good if maybe once a month or so that you and I just have a Divi update on my channel. Just throw that out there for people. Just kind of talk. Yeah, just do it exactly what we're doing now. Just like where are we at? Are staking better than master nodes? Talk about the UTXOs, which not many people understand, and talk about that principle of not moving that. I think that would be a benefit to people. So I think that, okay, cool. So I will do that. And now I have a video for tomorrow. So I have to worry about a video, which is great.
So the UTXO thing to me is totally new. I really don't know what you're talking about.
It's the transactions that haven't moved. That's the layman's term for it, I believe. Patrick, you get a better definition?
I guess the easiest way to think about it is when you have like one device can only produce so much, so many like transactions to verify, right? So there are certain times where the math would tell you that separating your buckets and starting 2 new segments would be better. So what you end up doing is you want to create as many opportunities to create staking rewards and to have people confirming on your transaction.
Yeah, so it's basically a history. It's an unspent transaction output. That's what UTXO stands for. It's the technical term for the amount of digital currency that remains after a cryptocurrency transaction. So there you have it. That's the clip from the show. I hope you enjoyed that. You got something out of it. You get, like I said, UTXOs that we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be talking about going forward a lot of Divi, and that's what I wanted to announce now. Is that I asked Patrick last night. I said, "Are you comfortable coming on my channel and maybe say once a month or so, just giving a Divi update, just a little Divi corner with DiviDaddy? I don't know what we're going to call the segment, but just a little bit of highlights of where we're at. Is staking better than masternodes right now? Are there new things coming down the line? Of course, some things he can't talk about, but some things he can share, and this is a great outlet for him. So I think there's a lot of people in the community that know both of us, and there's a lot of people in the Divi community as well that need to learn about this channel, that would love to hear about updates from Divi. So we're going to provide that about once a month. Just DiviDaddy and myself just sitting here, just chatting about Divi, the tokenomics, what's coming up ahead, the roadmap, wallet evolution, and so on. So talk about eDivi, talk about liquidity pools, whatever is on the topic or the front of mind, top of mind for Divi. We will share that here with you about once a month. So I just want to make that announcement. And I think it's going to be a great segment going forward. So hopefully you enjoyed the previous segment. That's just a sample of what's to come. So what are your thoughts? Do you want to see more about Divi? Would you like to see more experts stop on here? I have other experts on other projects. I can certainly bring them on here as well, and we can have a little chat and dialogue about those projects as well. So leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Please, if you're in the Divi community, share this video. Get some feedback if this is what they want to see. And let's make it interactive. Tell me what you guys want to hear, and we can bring Divi questions to the table and have that as part of our discussion once a month. So comments, like, share, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Put it on your social media. Get the word out. We're going to be talking Divi once a month with DiviDaddy, and I hope you enjoy that. So with all that said for today, I'm going to close the drawer in the bureau, say follow leader one more time, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.